They say you're either a dog person or you're not a dog person. What if you've never had the chance to find out? The people here, they're definitely dog people. They'll say it's just human instinct when they're talking about dogs. I could be a dog person. I've never spent time with any. When I was little, we weren't allowed one. My mother once saw a dog. She ran, screaming, and we all talked about her narrow escape for months afterwards. So it could yet be an untapped resource in my soul. Today is an opportunity to find out.
It's my very great pleasure as chairman of the Utility Gun Dog Society to welcome you all here today for the UGS Open.
I've been invited to the highlight of the Utility Gun Dog Society calendar, their championship, the Open. But first, a beauty contest.
And so the dogs will now all have to parade, looking absolutely beautiful. The handlers will mince and the judges will judge.
The yellow dog. Smile, Andy.
First blood of the day to Mrs. J. Coley and Waterford Dunbar by field trial champion Craighorn Bracken out of field trial champion Waterford Dovey. Or, as she calls him, Smiling Andy.
Wow, let's hope it continues. Thanks.
Like all the dogs here today, Smiling Andy is a very posh working gun dog. And their owners are pursuing what I'm told is the glittering prize of the gun dog world. Field trial champion. Today's competition is another step on that momentous ladder. Tina's dog is Nordic Iron Pirates. Will your dog become a champion one day?
Hopefully. You can only hope and have luck on your side.
Have you had a champion dog before?
I haven't, no.
So it's an ambition of yours?
Yes, it is. I think everybody does it because they want, you know, sort of the best dog in the country.
There's something slightly disconcerting about a vehicle you can't see out of. It's a bit odd. My eyes think I'm in a tent, but I know that it's moving.
Don't lag behind because they need to be able to shoot if the bird goes back.
After the yomp through the fields and the telling off for being slow, it started. Except I'm not quite sure what has started and why. Sorry, you film me doing that's really embarrassing. I'm not really used to being in a place where lots of guns are being fired. I think possibly the natural human instinct when you hear the loud banging of guns is to throw yourself to the floor and scream. Nobody else did that, so I didn't. Since I didn't really have a clue what was going to happen today, I was looked after by Philippa, who did.
What we've been doing so far is having walked up game. So this is obvious, the people are walking up, so the game is actually flushed as everybody walks forward.
And is the object of it then to have a very efficient, highly trained dog, or
Absolutely.
is it the fun of the exercise?
It's having a good game-finding dog with style, with bidability that it handles. It wants to work for you, but also when the chips are down and you don't know where it is and it's in the wood and the dog says, "Okay, Mum, I'll take it away, leave it to me, I'll find it for you." And that's awesome when that happens and the dog comes back with it, you know, your heart.
It's like children, isn't it, really? You're ploughing a fortune into their education, but in the long run,
Absolutely.
you know, when the dog...
The pleasure is just fantastic. You spend so much time with these dogs that they become part of you, your life.
Mrs. Coley and Smiling Andy have a tough retrieve here. The bird is probably in a ditch. And here's some dog trial etiquette. While a dog tries to retrieve, there is absolute silence in the field. All eyes are on the dog. There's something incredibly English about this. It's ferociously competitive, but very polite. Andy can't find it.
Neither judges have gone down to have a look. If they find the bird, that will put us out, and the terminology is we'll have been eye-wiped by the judges. They'll look in the area where the bird was last seen. They will still assess the dog work, although a bird wasn't picked. They're still right about how the dogs worked.
Can't find it, so we're going to scrub it.
My bit of luck.
Clearly, something important was going on.
Pheasant was shot and the dogs were tried up on the right and they failed to pick. So we take our dogs up there. The dog whose turn it was to have the retrieve, which was number 4, picked the bird, so it's wiped the eye of the other dogs. 1, 2 have gone. They've both left the line.
I think I was starting to understand. The birds are flushed out, the guns shoot, the judges ask the handlers to send their dog to retrieve, and if it retrieves, good. If it doesn't, bad. So, having got my brain around the general idea, I began to understand some of the subtleties. The dogs are controlled by whistle, the waving of a hanky, and a whole new language.
She's basically saying hunt that piece of ground now. Some people down south say high laws. Up north they say there. Some people say...
What do they say?
There.
There.
There. Up north.
And that also means hunt that piece of ground now.
And some people say steady, steady. But hunt is quite an exciting sort of hunt. It's quite, and what you want really, low, steady, there. You want to slow the dog down, nice flowing. It would be difficult to say hunt, 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 hunt.
Yes, no, I'm with you. It's some tonal language.
Tone, because dogs
like
don't
Japanese.
understand words, they only understand tones.
Later on, 4 dogs couldn't find a bird. This is quite exciting. I think the judge has found the bird, which is bad news because it means all 4 dogs eliminated. Like a sort of double eviction on I'm a Celebrity. Oh, he's holding it. Mrs. Coley's smiling Andy eventually bites the dust.
That's me gone. See, I had every opportunity to pick that bird, you know, sent straight away, and we didn't get it.
And Tina's Nordeck Iron Pirates is out too. Does he know he's been eliminated?
No. No, he doesn't.
I quite like the ritual of it. But if I come again, I'm going to wear a different coat. I realise I'm in a bright blue coat, everyone else is in green. Which at first I thought might be a camouflage, but the amount of whistling and stamping and firing guns, it's not like the birds don't know we're here. Therefore, it's obviously a sort of uniform thing, so I've got that wrong. I think if I was in green with a stick and my own dog, I'd like it a lot.
They're partly there, partly there.
Better already. See, already I feel at home here.
Feeling at home
Yeah.
now.
As the day went on, the top dogs started to emerge. And this one turns out to be Philippa's, handled by her partner Peter. Bird Green's sweet reward of Castleman's, yes, that is his name, was hot stuff.
The golden retriever went over the river, over the fence, straight to the bird. Came back. How exciting is that? Quite wonderful. Such proud mummy.
You might think this is just a handful of people following a curious hobby, but there are actually thousands of people doing these dog trials, week after week, all over the country.
Yeah, it's an obsession, but...
Is it really an obsession?
Yeah, you know, you just get like a bug and it just gets hold of you, and, you know, you can travel all over and go in line like today, don't pick a bird, come out, and then get a run the next week and you go out again and have another go.
How many dogs have you got?
Probably about a dozen.
Most of these trials are massively oversubscribed. Some owners join dozens of clubs so they can get more chances to go to dog trials.
Most people who trial might do one trial in Scotland one day and be travelling overnight and do another one in Cornwall the next day. You're still in, you're still in.
As well as loving their dogs like children, these people respect them as working animals. And that's what we don't have in the city. That continuity between people and animals and land, going back over the centuries. And maybe that's part of what the voices of the countryside are saying to us. Some of this stuff we're doing because we've always done it.
Right, trial's over, trial's over.
At the end of the day, to the victors the spoils. Top prize is £25, although it costs £35 to enter. But of course there is also some impressive silverware. Philippa and Peter await the verdict.
Winner of the Skinner's Trophy for the best marking retrieve and the Berry Trophy for the best retrieve of the day is number 3, Bird Green Sweet Reward of Castleman, Peter Bates.
Brilliant! I've got all sorts of things.